Good day and welcome. Today we're going to conclude Dawn of Man, so let's get back to where we were. Sadly, several of the animals went extinct because we have advanced through the Copper Age straight into the Bronze Age. I'm told the tools here are much better, and this will be our final stop before we start making steel items. I can finally start digging up all those steel mines around me, but now I think it's time for tin. I believe I need tin and copper to make the bronze items? I don't know. I'm not an alchemist. But we'll become the Wizard of Early Man with this. Okay, recap as I often do, more for myself than you. Our people live in relative luxury in their thatched huts. We've got a large amount of well-placed storage huts. We have 2 granaries that are always doing well. We've yet to really run into any food issues except for when I recklessly sold off all my food in pursuit of knowledge. But I think that was a good trade. Loads of stable space. I have stable space for 70 animals. We currently have 68, but that's going to go down to 59 because I'm going to slaughter all 9 of my goats. I think I've set them up to be slaughtered. Yeah, there we go, and I think somebody's just coming along to do it, going after goat. You're either going to murder it with a knife or a sickle. Either way, goat is dying. What a shame we won't get that 55% milk. What else is the story? The crops have been doing us fine. I actually expanded the crops a bit because I wanted extra straw, not so much that I needed the extra food. I mean, here we are in winter and we're drowning in bread, grain, flour, and we even have a good chunk of meat. I've all but given up on fishing because I don't need the food, and I'd rather extract all the mud that I can from around here, because mud is used for these more advanced buildings. For a while it was the creatures in the stable that had the best quality buildings around here, as they deserve. We're also working on our vanity project, the Stone Circle, but the game plan today, since I intend on finishing off this playthrough today, is to make it to the Iron Age, get everything there, although the knowledge is pretty expensive, and I want to have a second settlement built up here, and the farming will be done between them. That's the kind of setup that I'm looking for. But I need to check and see what we have available to us now that we're in the Bronze Age. We can go tin mining, we can do iron smelting. No, it's required for iron smelting. But we can make all the bronze tools that we want, including bronze ingots. So, I should probably tell my people to gather tin, which means I should probably find tin. This is what tin looks like. There's only 15 of it to be had there, sadly, and it's far away from all my smelting and the like. So where are the other sources of tin? That is copper. It's good and all, but I need tin here. Okay, there's a lot of copper. Where's the tin? Aha, a couple of tin mines out here. Tinnies, as we'd say. But that is aeons away. There must be something closer. I'm often confused about the sheer size of the map in this game. Like, it is huge. Who needs all this space? Aha, there's another tin ore mine. I don't know exactly how much of this stuff I'm going to need. I'm just assuming plenty. I have lots of copper ore stashed up right now, so I'm not immediately thinking that I need tons of it. We also need a bunch of leather to get our megaliths back for the vanity project, but that'll be done in time. Okay, that'll do it. That'll get us at least a bit of tin rolling. If the game ever has multiplayer or AI settlements, it'll be perfect, says Zarek. Well, I haven't looked into what the developers have said about this game, but I have heard from people popping into the chat here that the devs have expressed wanting to do more stuff in the game. Whatever more stuff may entail. I haven't left myself with the luxury of loads of space here, but I should probably set up some places that take that tin. Even if it's a bit... well, it's outside of the village, but that's okay. I doubt raiders are going to come in and steal all my tins. I would really like to get masonry, though. I need to put all those stones to work, and I certainly have some walls I wish to erect. But we need beer. Now, I want to clear out all my stones first, then we're going to have some beer. Again, loads of people complaining, many of them sad, even though they have a perfectly functional functional dolmen to go and pray to. I have plenty of space for more people, and I wouldn't mind those more people joining in sooner rather than later. Alright, well, carry on, folks. I don't have a lot extra to give to you. The workload is fairly manageable. I'd say 1 tin mine is more than enough. Once you get to Iron Age, they become obsolete. Oh, I figured tin would still be useful into that. Then I don't want to be picking tins away at the really far away places. I don't think I told anyone to mine there, but... Wait, where did I tell them to mine? The close by one's pretty convenient, i.e. this one. Oh jings, now I have to go and search again. Which ones did I even tell them to do? Perhaps I can check on the workload. Mining tin ore. Alright, so this tin ore is aeons away. Let's forget about that. And there was another load of tin ore. That's the good one. That one's not too bad, but it's still a bit far away. I mean, this one is incredibly conveniently located. It's a bit of a haul to bring the tinnies back, but I guess that's okay. Alright, well, get on with it, folks. It's a mild winter, and there's not much else for you to do. And here comes some new naked, useless people to our settlement. 4 of them. It's funny, we don't seem to be getting more and more people. 4 isn't a whole lot more than we got earlier on. Whereas in Banished, it would be like, hey, here's 100 settlers, will you let them join you? And it gave you fun logistical and supply issues. Where are you going to put them? What are you going to do when they all die? What if they start murdering? Because there is murder in the game. It's not well telegraphed, but it's there. I often feel like I really don't have enough tanning being done. I could set it to high priority. And it is kind of a high priority, so please get the tanning done. I had to do that earlier to get our outfits, and we got our outfits, but now I want the tanning. We have the raw skin. We definitely have the tannin. The last goat has died. Ha 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 ha. Poor thing. Well, that's the skins for us. And now that we have sheep at the upper limit, we have 25 sheep. We have 19 pigs. Donkeys. Did I get a breeding pair of donkeys? I have 3 of them, so I assume so. Is it worth making another village next to the other lake as a mining logging outpost to transfer the resources to the main town, or is it too much micro for nothing? I'm told that the AI isn't so good for doing that kind of stuff, as in they could be at the other end of the map and realize they need something from here and they will just march on over. That was solved to a degree in Banished by having marketplaces with very long reach, and they used wheelbarrows to move resources around, and I like the way the marketplaces a lot. Marketplace would be one of the first things I plan for my village. Well, not one of, it was the first thing. I wonder if black and white would be a punishment game for Jake. Almost certainly not. That would be an outright punishment. I never played black and white, but I wanted to. I remember seeing the game as a kid. But of course it wouldn't run on the absolute potato we had as a computer back then. There were quite a lot of games like that. Very sad. Very, very sad for poor Jake. Alright, you got the tannin. Just get the raw skin. Heavens knows we have it somewhere. Right, the trader is here. Aha! Netting at low commission. What can I interest you in? Strangely enough, they don't want to buy my animals, but they'll gladly sell me animals. I'm a little suspicious of that, but what you gonna do? He also has tin ore for me, and I would quite like a bit of that. Might catapult up my everything. But what can I offer in return? I have a lot of linen. It's better to sell linen outfits, probably. Especially since we're in a warm... no, we're in a cold time right now, and people are wearing wool outfits. linen cloth is worth more, but if you have the cloth, it's probably better to sell 2 outfits. Let's not make the mistake again of selling all of my bread, but I will sell some of my bread. Sell a bunch of linen. What else can I get rid of? Well, these old... Oh god, they are already devalued. Yeah, okay, so as soon as we entered this age, our flint stuff became fairly worthless. I will, however, sell you quite a bit of my copper tools, since apparently copper is not really where it's at, and bows are still worth good dosh. We've taken some of that back. Have you played Populous 2 on stream at all? No, not at all. Okay, that gets us the netting and a little bit of tinnies, so thanks for that. Whoa, okay, bronze takes a whole lot. So I should stop people from producing copper ingots at all. Jings, look at that. Twice the copper, 1 of the tins. Ah, but it makes 2 ingots. That's actually pretty good. I should make the copper tools mostly for selling, but from now on we make the bronze stuff. And damn, is it better. Copper sickle is 2 in 1, bronze sickle 3 in 1. Copper spear 2 in 2, bronze spear 3 in 2. Fascinating. Well, get on with it, but don't you dare keep making that copper. Thought I had that turned off, but nope. Wonder if I can tell you to stop that. You might want to get the science from making each tool 10 times. Well, I have the no, I don't really have the copper. But it does give science, you're right. Nah, feels too much like grinding. And then again, if I'm only 1 away from one of them, which I am not, you really blast through copper, it's like it wasn't even there. Well, if I don't have the ingots, let's forget about doing all of that stuff. Mike says, wait, is this blind or blind with hints? I don't mind people dropping in with knowledge here. This isn't a challenge or anything. Bread decayed in our granary? Surely not. The granary keeps everything good forever. Maybe somebody dropped some bread. I think somebody died and dropped the bread earlier. I wouldn't want to eat the dead man's bread that's been on the ground for days. Two people chiming in with the blind jokes. You know, something that I really love is watching people who don't normally stream do a stream, usually for a challenge, thinking, oh, it won't be so hard. And then they find themselves completely out of their element because streaming a game is incredibly different from just playing a game. And then the slow decay of, no, it's not meant to be like this, to oh no, is pretty great. I gotta say, it's really cathartic for me. Right, let's get that masonry. I want to see some big old walls here. Wall. Oh, don't tell me I gotta upgrade these individually. No, I don't believe that for a second. I can do this. And for only 1 stone, we can have some real walls. Now I hope this doesn't take over priority from building up, or rather, planting our crops. We had a bit of a problem with crops last time. They didn't all get planted. And with the very high workload, that could be a problem. But look at that, this all comes after doing this, so just get to work, everybody. How can a Factorio player have so little smelting? That's fine. Milestone unlocked. Metal alloy. Again. Why does this keep getting in the way? Well, nice close-up of that thatched house, but it really doesn't show off the smelting that we're doing. One of the sledges are no longer usable. We don't really have the leather to keep that up, and I need a lot more leather. But I'm sure people are going to get to work just fine. Can't you set all the wall to low prio just in case? You can't prioritize that kind of thing. And it looks like people are doing it, but are they doing it over planting? I hope not. I wonder how they choose what they do. Maybe I shouldn't have told them to do all this in spring, but whatever, they'll get to work, I'm sure. And if they don't, it's them that has to suffer the lean winter, not me. 1,000 bits of bread made. Well, you won't get much more bread if you don't plant those crops. Okay, all the sleds that I made back then are becoming unusable. Yeah, I think it's going to be a lean winter, but it's okay. I'll have my big old stone walls for it. Oh, I see. They take down the wooden parts first. Definitely should have been a summer job. They'll first deconstruct all the wall, then build it. You'll be vulnerable for over a year. Good thing you aren't playing on hardcore, says Asselcore. Well, I'm playing on hardcore after I've played the game on not hardcore, where I'd know these things. And then I would do my wall section at a time. But I'm greedy and I want the whole damn thing done. The map does look good, but the sheer immensity of it I think is a bit wasted. This game, stop reminding me our workload is too high. I'm well aware it's high. It's meant to be high. Actually, they're getting on with the planting a good bit better than they did last time. Yeah, I'm surprised that there is no mini-map. I mean, Banished map was tiny and even it had a mini-map for you. And you could toggle it on and off too. I'm not really sure this counts as vulnerable. We still have our high places. And the towers. If I got attacked by, say, 15 or 20 raiders, maybe it would be an issue, but the attacks are very tiny. He'll exploit every inch of the game with vegetarian-only runs, no farming runs. I don't think so. Okay, mud and straw required for fixing. We don't really have the straw at all. And here I was thinking that I'd be drowning in straw where I am, but certainly not. Oh, and all the planting did get done, and we're not even at the end of spring. Good stuff. Okay, looks like erecting a wall takes quite a bit of time. Good thing I don't leave my people with a lot of other things to do in summer. There's foraging, and that's about it. Otherwise the plants will grow themselves, the animals will pasteurize themselves. Didn't I tell people to mine this stone? I feel like this keeps turning itself off. Perhaps the problem is that I don't do this. Obtain that stone, please. But it's definitely not a high priority task. There we go, that's a bit more intimidating to get through. It would be cooler if they put the wood right the way through it and then set fire to the wood to meld all the stone together. 4 new humans, I hope they got strong backs. And there's our adult female donkey. Please produce more donkeys for me. I need a lot more female donkeys. Aha! Well, the raiders are taking advantage of us. And there are more of them. Quite a bit more, even. There are 11 of them. And I don't have a wall. Well, I'm sure it's probably not a problem. Especially since I have these watchtowers set up for them. Okay, good, you do have a bow. I think the bow is the ultimate weapon here. Even though I very much mistreated my... What are they doing? Ah, there we go. Ah, so the watchtowers take damage. There we go. Ah, my army of dogs will take them down as well. Oh dear, they did break one of my watchtowers, and that other one's going to go down too. Well, there aren't a lot of them left, so I'm not too concerned. There we go, who needs walls? Wall-less play is the way to go. Actually, wall-less play probably is the true meta in the game. Since making a wall takes a lot of resources and time. Well, time pretty much is a resource. Interesting though that this thing just completely collapsed. Seems that I need more watchtowers where I'm going. Ah, nobody died from the attack though. Besides, they brought a whole load of tools for me. These spears will sell quite nicely. Yeah, I wonder just how big the attacks can get in the game. But like I said, I didn't even kill anybody, so not at all concerned. It's probably a fine balance they had to find in development, because the game is not, as best as I can tell, meant to be some kind of military RTS. Alright, trader, what do you have for me? The secrets of stone carving, you say? And some beer. And some adult female sheep. I do like sheep, but what can I interest you in? I can interest you in some game speed 1. No, let's not. Oh, some round shield. I probably grabbed that off of the enemies. Sadly, my old flint sickles and flint tools in general and bone tools aren't too interesting. I got way too much tannin, so let's start by throwing that at you before it all goes off. High commission, so this is going to be expensive. The question is, do I really want it that badly? And the answer is I kind of do, so let's just sell off our copper stuff. These bronze things are worth the good dosh, though. Kinda hard to sell other things. I'll sell the last of my linen. I still need to make up another 60. Tough stuff. Don't want to get rid of all my good tools here. There, that is some very expensive stone carving, but done. What do I get for stone carving, at least? I can make complex mega... No, that's this. I can make a statue. Tell me more about this statue. Only requires 1 megalith. It would be a bit of a competitor statue here. I'm not so sure about that. I should probably put it out here where all the fields are, but I'll do that later on. Once I've actually started migrating my fields over here and start deforesting and planting up a new village. I'm definitely going to need more fields, though I do not get enough straw. So what every village needs, a huge statue of the leader right in the center. I very much agree with that. Look at all these aurochs. Why are they not dead? Oh, probably because I should round up the ones that can be tamed first, and then kill the others. Do it now, whilst they're so close by. Okay, well we've made a whole load of bronze, so we got that going for us. Man, this wall's only half done. It is a real... it's a real labor sucker-upper. Where's the taming here? Nobody's doing it. Everybody's busy working on my giant wall. Oh well, fair enough. If I lose the opportunity on these guys, then I lose the opportunity. Worth it to get my my wall going. Maybe the monolith has an upgrade option. No. No, it's there, and at best I can recycle it. I wonder if I get the stone back if I recycle it. Wouldn't like to risk losing my men here. But let's do it for knowledge. Well, okay, let's do it when people aren't incredibly busy building my wall. Speaking of, they're going to need to harvest our crops. I've not been hit a lot with blight, which is great. I do not have enough warm outfits, which is not great. But people can warm themselves up in homes, so it's just a bit of a loss of efficiency. Okay, this doesn't need to be high prio anymore. Unless it's chance-based, Jake, you don't get the monolith back. I see. I don't like it, but I see. What is the wall meant to keep out? It's not about keeping others out, it's about keeping my people in. Oh, jeez, my sheep are dying. 18 of my sheep are diseased. Well, I'd like to tell them all to be killed, but they're probably just all going to die. I hope it doesn't spread to the other sheep. Because I'm not about to sit down and individually click on 18 diseased sheep. I'd have to find them all as well. Alright, the wall is finally nearing completion. Disease doesn't always kill. If they're healthy, they may survive. Well, they don't look like they're surviving very well. Oh, well, actually, you managed to pass by the disease. The young female, however, isn't looking too hot. Not looking too hot at all. 4, 3, 2... I need that wool. Don't you die on me. Oh, I think it's found its place to sit down and die. Yeah. Okay, 2 of them die. Well, it's good to know that it's not an instant death sentence. And it's also good to know it wasn't my cattle. I intend to be a rancher here. I'd rather be a monster rancher, but what you gonna do? Alright people, the season's almost over. Please get on with the harvesting. Also, I got a ton of wool, but people aren't making those clothes. I need to set that back to high priority after what I did. Jake, I just finished marathoning the VODs for the previous Dawn of Man streams. What have I missed so far today? Not a whole lot. We had a big attack when we had no walls, and it tore down 2 of our watchtowers, but nobody died except for the 15 or so people that attacked us. Otherwise, that's about it. We haven't been live for that long. No major food issues, although I'm sure people wish I was having food issues. People always are egging me on to get slaughtered in these kinds of games. Because they're monsters, of course, but we all know that. Trader is back once again with no knowledge, so I'm not terribly interested. That said, a bit of tin ore couldn't go that badly, right? Adult male sheep, no, females are more important to me, sadly. Hey, if I bought your copper, I could make all those tools that would get me the knowledge, so that's probably worth my time. And copper is only worth 4 to me right now. Hell, I can sell you these tools I don't even really want. Here, take my relatively worthless copper knives, take that, and what is worth 5? I guess 5 bits of tannin are. Boom. So with this, I have 9 bits of copper, so I could make 2, 2, 2, 3. It's assuming it's in the same order there as it was there. No, it's pick that I need 3 of. Well, that's fine. Did you ever play Banished? Oh yeah, I played quite a bit of Banished, and I love Banished. Hey, we did very well. We had just the right amount of stone to erect our nice wall. I would quite like my watchtowers back, though, if the game doesn't mind. Perhaps a 3rd one would be prudent. Perhaps I should triple tower actually each of the corners, since they did have their worlds rocked. Still don't know if anyone's going to come along and ruin the day over here. But I'm not well established for this. Oh, I can have you there. Well, that's cool. Alright, welcome to winter. We don't have enough warm clothing for everyone, but I do have these set to high priority, so we should be making them. Right, apparently all this copper ore is not really worth our time mining out anymore. I mean, I got tons of stuff. But copper is still used for bronze stuff. No, let's keep mining it for now. We're apparently low on food. I don't believe it for a second, because we've got loads of grain and loads of flour, and 1 bit of flour is 2 bits of bread. I wonder what they used for yeast. Right, this winter would be a good time to start sorting this out for the planting that I want to do. Let's get rid of these, probably move the wood indoors a bit. I mean, Jings, it's just wood piles, it's nothing too advanced. And then designate this area for planting. Just generally this area. And then this will be our second settlement. Or so the plan goes. I think it's this that's bothersome to me, the incredibly inefficient way that people gather resources. Leads to things just lying around for ages. What's the advantage of stone walls? I'm gonna go out on a limb and assume that they are much, much more durable. I think people can't access this bit of wall. Meaning I'd have to tear down a couple bits of wall and have them build it one bit at a time. Do I have any other places like that? Not that I can see, but that's no indication of anything. Red Crane says, could you please do me a favor and build an orchard? I've kind of ignored my trees. Pears, cherries, chestnuts, or service. Service? What in the world is service tree? Produces nutritious fruit. Okay. Good to know. Hey, look what's finally coming along. Megalith number 3. You can do it. Oh well, at least the resources aren't still lying around out there. Oh man, and there is another one. Sweet, we'll only be needing 2 more of them. They gave up. Useless. We have no straw to feed our animals. Yeah, we chewed our way through that like mad. Well, this is all the more reason that I need a larger amount of fields. I'm probably feeding them grain, which is very harmful to me, because 1 bit of grain is probably not a lot to them, but to us that's 2 bits of bread. So all my boasting about not having food problems could be coming to an end here. Alright, Red Crane isn't saying what kind of orchard he wants, so... Well, I'm actually going to look at what the different ones do. Chestnuts, give chestnuts. Huzzah. I don't know if that's any different from anything else, but it's... different harvesting seasons, I see. Cherry trees, okay, fruit is just a thing. Harvesting in summer, though. That could give my people some things to do in summer, but I like having them relatively free. And I don't like pears, so I guess we're having cherries. Oh my, that's big. That is colossal big. Good grief. I mean, I guess I could have them out here. But they don't even produce a lot. Well, I suppose it could be done there, right? But outside of that, I want... Man, I forget which one does what. I want lots of straw, evidently. Plants, barley, 50% extra. So I want a lot of barley then. It would be dangerous to put all my eggs in one barley basket though, so I will mix it up with rye. It's got that kind of banished problem of not really knowing where you can plant. I mean, what makes this square so undesirable? But there's nothing saying that I must have such perfect fields. Unlike Banish, you don't have to individually assign people to these jobs. Yeah, I think Einkorn was the durable one. And of course now I have to make everything uber priority. I'm not sure that's necessarily more than we do out here, because I got 1, 2, 3, and some flax. I'm gonna keep the flax for sure, but I want another field, probably of barley. If this even counts as a field. But it'll also mean that I want my storage for hay closer. I mean, hell, I rip through this stuff fast enough anyway. Okay, good, that doesn't count as a valid location. Alright, plenty of work for people to do. That means I'm getting rid of this stuff. Didn't I say I wanted rye? Pretty sure I did. But I put einkorn instead. What was the benefit of rye? Produces extra grain and is resistant. Einkorn is very resistant. That's fine. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the flax economy. Logic Wolf says, where's the cannibalism builders run where you force them to eat the dead bodies of intoxicated with generator fumes? Wrong game, and there's no cannibalism here, sadly. It says low on food, but we don't have a food problem in my view. It's just that we're not producing the bread. Get to work, everybody. Well, once I have a good sustainable amount of cattle, and I currently have 14 of them, should be fine enough for slaughtering them for meat. And sheep, how many steaks do I get out of one piece of lamb? 3. Wait, somebody died of starvation? We have bread! What a nutter. There's bread in the granary. There's even more bread in the granary. Such strange people. See, if I have people starving in here, I do worry what it's going to be like logistically with people living over there. Oh well. It's because people run long distance and run out of food before they reach the city. That's a damn shame, but it's also their problem. More bison, huh? And I would get 1 bit of knowledge if I hunted that bison. Alright, kill it if you can. I want knowledge. I also want beer. Yeah, we can't not have beer. Brewing unlocked. Unlocks production of beer, which helps boost morale in the settlement. But at what cost? Oh yeah, I should probably have all my cherries at high priority. Giving people even more work to do, of course. Brews beer, uses straw that, again, I am completely out of. It's just like real life, says FPQC. Every starvation case in the modern Western world is due to eating disorders. That seems a bit of a blanket case there, but I wouldn't claim to know otherwise. Your people are so unhappy. Yeah, well, it's not like they don't have things that they could do to make themselves happier. They could use the dolmen. They could use the men here. But man, I just do not like the constant alerts above people's head. It clutters everything so much. I don't care that Videreka is tired or that you are hungry, because you're going to eat, I hope, and you're going to rest. And I don't know why there's that water symbol above the well. It's the well, it's meant to give water. Loads of meat here. What did we do to get loads of meat? Maybe we're finally picking up the sheep that died of disease? No, they didn't die. Maybe we just got too many of them and it was their time to go. I don't really use dried skins for anything anymore, so I'm going to drop that limit right the way down to 5. Otherwise they're just going to hang around and be destroyed. Have you built any carts yet? I have not. Perhaps I should. There was a reason I didn't want to. Probably something about them being expensive. Oh, they used leather, which I didn't really have at the time. Now I do have, so let's have some carts. Do you have a workshop on auto-build carts? Is such a thing even possible? Oh, place to make miscellaneous tools. Hadn't seen you before. I'll just plunk you down there and see what happens. And yes, I do have donkeys. I only have 3 of them, but it's meant to be a breeding bunch of them. There's our adult female that hadn't seemed to be plunking out anymore, sadly. Perhaps I don't have the genetic diversity that my animals need. Speaking of not having things, we don't have all this planting finished. Get to work, people. Lazy, lazy people. I think I heard somebody die of old age there. Raids during planting or harvesting season must be the worst. It really would cut into the amount of time you have to deal with this. Yeah, nice attack there, Bison. It was not nice. Not for him, at least. Jake, the wall has a hole in the north. Yeah, that was intentional. I'm building it one bit at a time so that people can actually get in and build it. I had a hole here earlier. But granted, if I got a raider attack up here, they just flood through the wall, which is no good. Alright, enter summer, where my people can be slightly less rushed off their feet. But these huts, they need straw to fix them up. So if I want to enter Iron Age, I just need iron smelting. That it looks like I can rush. But I think composite archery seems like something that would be very handy. Okay, we have 4 donkeys, so I'm assuming that there is breeding going on. It better be a female though, because I need females. Might be an idea just to go out and get some more though. Alright, I think they've built that one piece of wall. 2 more to go. Oh no, not a simple one. Heavens no. We need an honest to God stone wall here. I'll be interested to see how these carts work. There we go, got those copper axes done. Only for the knowledge, nothing else. So what's the incredible advantage of the cart? Your people move large quantities or heavy resources around. They're pulled by donkeys or horses. When an animal is available, it will get attached to the transport automatically. Well, looks like you're attached to it there. Does that mean I can haul all of these resources back quickly? Because that would be good. They tend to sit around out there for far too long. Jake, maybe build a tin mine. Upgrade your huts to storage houses. All possibilities. That's right, I probably exhausted my tin mine because I don't appear to have any tin. Ah, that's right, it was over here. Clunk. Huh? No, it's been mined out once. Okay, sure. And it doesn't seem to be actively being mined for whatever reason. I do not understand, but I will erect that mine. Metallurgy? Yes, tin mine. Clunk. Only needs a bunch of logs, and we have a bunch of logs, so no problem probably. Dehydration? What were you doing? Actually, that's a good point. What was he doing? What would anybody have done this far out here? I didn't give somebody a job to do out here and they're dying for it. Yeah, probably this rolling megalith. Well, come now, sacrifices have to be made in order to build Stonehenge. Gee, this flint mine really gets mined? I don't think it should. I'm not really that short on flint anymore. Alright, well, the first tin mine's erected, at least that is more important. That's why they die of starvation. They walk, drag it until hungry, and then die before they reach the settlement. Okay, so what's the hard counter to that? Alright. Good thing I have plenty of sickles, even if they have to use bone ones. It's better than no sickle. And there's our 5 carts all built. I'm looking forward to them actually being used. Got 4 donkeys. I wonder if they still breed whilst doing that. Alright, I don't tell you to mine out like that, so I guess you just get on with it. Ah, this stuff's getting harvested mega quick. Excellent. No food problems this time for sure. And that's our 10th watchtower built too. So yeah, things are looking pretty groovy for us. Except I have a significant lack of these bronze tools. And since I don't seem to produce other kinds of tools, that could be a problem. Well, when we get all the tin going... Look at this guy dragging a sledge for 1 piece of tin. Madness. Alright, the brewery's up and running. I've been waiting for this. 1 bit of grain, 1 bit of water will make 2 beers. Resource limit on... Okay, I have a feeling this is where all my food turns into beer, and nutrition is never found again. I wonder if beer actually helps with hunger, or if it only boosts morale. I mean, in Banner Saga, mead counts as rations. What is this cow hoof beer? Well, someone would buy it. It begins. Can I not have a bakery or something? Well, there's an oven, but so far all the bread is made in the hearths. Maybe that's the problem. Even if I constantly produced bread, it would be too slow. Or maybe I need to set these to high priority so that I actually have food being produced. I can take these off of high priority since I have plenty of clothes. And maybe build those extra hearths for now, since food production is somewhat important. Just have a few beers. Let's not drown in the stuff right now. The old beers are actually quite nutritious, says Nega. They were more like grain, slightly fermented soup. Pyramids were built on a very fatty bread. Beer like that, and interestingly, makeup. Ugh. So when do people drink the beer? Because I feel like to beer up this many people would take a lot of the stuff. Alright guys, get harvesting. There is not a lot of autumn left, and a whole lot of crops needed harvesting. Probably they were busy building. Trader, what do you have for me? Honestly, not a lot of interest. I would like that tin ore since I'm a bit slow on that. In exchange, I'll give you some bows. Actually, that's a pretty good deal for me. I'd like to take something else if you could. Let's get rid of these flint spears. They're taking up space. Same with that single bone harpoon of mine. And I'll get rid of some bone knives too. And that's more goods just dunked there. Don't the straw huts allow residents to bake at home? Possibly. Yeah, they can cook in it. I wonder if that means they cook bread there. Roundhouse. You there, you can be upgraded to roundhouse, but only once the autumn is over. Okay, that's a ton of grain to have. Is the problem that it doesn't get pulverized into flour enough? Is the problem that my flour limit is too low? I just don't know, but I'm going to high prio it. And I'm going to hope that people actually bring some donkeys and stuff to get this stuff hauled back. Because people doing it one at a time, okay, granted it's a good autumn job for the kids. But it's awfully slow. I don't know. See, I have plenty of, well, plenty. I have 6 bits of flour. So what I can make? Slings, bows, composite bows, fishing rods, fishing traps. The carts and the sledges, as well as shields and oval shields. Well, look at you go with that. What's your capacity? Your capacity is enormous. Sounds like I want more donkeys. I wonder if horses have advantages over donkeys. Horses are used to pull carts. They can also be slaughtered for meat. 531. Donkeys 421. Slaughter for meat. So I don't know the advantage of horses over donkeys. Apart from them having a bit more meat on them and a bit more skin on them. I get it, game. I'm low on food, but I'm not. Ah, we've made 10 beers though, drowning in that beery knowledge. I tend to see horses more than I do donkeys, so let's unlock their domestication and try to find some to domesticate. You are not horses. They tend to be a bit further away in winter time, if I mind well. But over here, you can get anything. Even bears. Hang on, have I hunted a bear? I have not. Let's kill that bear, even though it's probably a strong one. There used to be mountain bears, but they're no more. Alright, not seeing horses, and I'm not going further afield than that. There we go, for once I don't have too many jobs for everybody. Okay, great, we got rid of all that stone there. I can use it to add extra stables. Or we just go around slaughtering our animals. That's good too. But that's the inefficiency that kind of bothers me. You go over here, you slaughter this, and you just walk away without doing anything else. Because you're so bloody miserable. Can you set up multiple settlements? That's what I'm looking to find out. There we go. I got 70 odd straw. I got tons of the stuff for now. And there's the first bear ever slaughtered. Let's reap the rewards. Less meat on a bear than I would have thought. I guess bears are pretty fatty, but there's a lot of muscle under there. That's why you don't mess with a bear. Still 2 of my megaliths needed. You're in your wool outfit, so you should be good for this. Where's the other one? Aha, there we go. I knew you could do it, Girob. Right, when it comes to my animals, the donkeys, 3 adult females, 1 adult male. As long as they stay like that, I should be able to pop out at least 3 more donkeys from you. And hopefully the old male holds on long enough to get those ones even pregnant. Alright, this doesn't look too bad. Let's see how this works out. Ooh, I like that. That's how it should be done. That was a whole lot more efficient than anything we've seen before. But damn if we don't get through that straw like crazy. Good thing I do plant all the barley. Are you building Stonehenge? That's the plan. It should go right here as soon as we get those megaliths over. And people are trying hard. I just wish they would try harder. Man, maybe I keep too many animals. I probably at this point keep too many sheep. Because I'm drowning in wool, I have plenty of wool outfits, I even have quite a bit of wool cloths. But maybe 25 is a good number to keep at for a while. Perhaps what I should do is consider getting rid of my pigs. Pigs, I mean, I do not know what the scales of consumption are in this game, but pigs are just food. And if that means eating other food, then what's really the payoff? Let's just have a mass slaughter of pigs. I'm happy enough with sheep, donkeys, cattle, and horses. Speaking of, we have 15 cattle. I should start thinking about what my limits are for cattle. Let's look at this cattle and consider. Well, I get milk out of them, so they do kind of pay for themselves with food. Animals, domestic animals, cattle. Fair enough. How many do I have? Lots of adult females, a bunch of old men. Come on, produce some offspring for me. Shit, can you use horses to pull those stones? Seems like a perfect job for them. That and ploughing, of course. Nay clue is all I can say there. Nay clue at all. Please gather that stone. Not exactly drowning in tin, or really... No, we're producing bronze tools. It's going smoother than I actually thought there. Workload is high, as it always is, because it's spring and people need to get working. I could probably do away with a bit of my flax at this point. I look at the amount of linen I have, and I wonder... I wonder where is all my linen, for starters. Must be stored somewhere. People are keeping it in their homes. This is my linen, nobody else's. Okay, but I do have too much linen, so I'm going to reduce the amount of flax that I make. Probably just reduce all that. Upgrade to roundhouses in summer. There's a thought, but it takes a lot of straw, which I evidently don't have. I'm going to blame all those pigs eating it, but it's going to be replaced with cattle and horses eating it. Perhaps I should build another area here of it. This flint is still in the way. Let's gather that flint. Gather these stones if I can. Just get it out of my way. Maybe I should keep this as a barley area. I mean, I have the places here set up for it. If I want more, I should just do that. Heaven help me if I get a big barley disease. Old males are useless to keep. They don't give milk, right? They don't give milk, but old males can still impregnate the females. That said, I probably have too many of them. Alright, the roundhouse. Ooh, that looks toasty. How did they make the roof like that? Room for one extra person and one extra good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 50% more condition. More durable, masonry. Lasts for 8 years. And gives prestige. I'm often wondering what exactly that means for us. I swear there was something that told me about society. Here we go. That prestige is going up and up. Those piggies. They're getting slaughtered as and when people see them. How do we make pig beer? There's 1 out of 1 stone in this stone pile. Interesting. Given the workload fluctuates, I'm a bit insulted that the game keeps telling me that it's too high. That said, I didn't prioritize these, and I definitely should, because we're halfway through spring and it's not planted. God, I have far too much tannin. I need to stop doing that. We don't need tannin for a long time. So stop gathering it. Oh, what's this? Cattle. I am a bit of a cattle rancher, so let's grab them. Young male, young female, and young male. Not great, but it'll be eaten in due time. Alright, with all those piggies dead, we'll see if we are able to last a bit longer on our straw. Impressively, with all that meat, the meat drying out is... it's full. It hasn't been full in quite some time. But that'll provide us with plenty of food, especially since these granaries last as long as they do. We have the warehouse now, and these can be upgraded to warehouses. Costs straw though, so I should wait until winter when I have straw and free time. I'm also a bit worried about how full they're getting. I might just build one outright rather than upgrading at this point. There we go. Keep it centralized. Of course they can't be built now, but they'll be built eventually. And that's a lot of planting that did not get done this season. Disappointing. I won't be able to directly compare this very well to the last season because of that. The settlement looks cozy, says McCain. It is pretty cozy. Oh, hey, look at that. The cherry trees. Ready to give me all those cherries, and I can collect those in summer, right? Harvest season, summer. So good, that'll supplement the food. I'd say supplement the diet, but I don't think dietary divides are a real thing in the game. High commission. I don't like high commission. But I can still sell my fairly worthless copper tools to you. And I don't ever remember making a bronze sword. I probably stole that off of an attacker. Heavens knows I don't need that sling. It's a good opportunity to get rid of old crap that I know I'm not going to need, but if it doesn't get the value, then that's a problem in itself. Don't want to sell off my bread. Let's try not to make that mistake again. I have a lot of wool. I have almost too much wool, so I'm going to give you some of that and some of that. And it's still not enough. There you go. Tell me how to make swords. Even though we have a sword. Okay, with that, we've advanced through much of the Bronze Age, and we even have the knowledge to get shield making. I'm not really interested in making swords and shields at all. I see the real value in making composite bows. Where am I looking at? Hunting? No. Defense? Defensive? No. Probably tools. Composite bow. 4 for hunting. They have a longer range, but are ineffective at close quarters. Fair enough. That's what I want. It'll last for 10 years and can be used 50 times. You're telling me that once I use a bow 50 times it snaps? We make pretty crummy bows. And I don't know what it requires to make. I wonder if it needs skins. That's still a use that I have for skins, because I want bows. Hell, Why is that not under constant creation? Oh, it is here. Okay. I wonder if this is a place that we make tools better, though. Oh god, why do I still make flint and bone tools? Probably because I'm worried that the other ones run out. And it's a good use for all those bones and, I suppose, flint. Yeah, I guess that's not inherently bad. Linen and sticks. Composite bows are the best. Straight up linen, or do I have to make it into cloth? Because if it's just straight up linen, that's amazing. Come on, folks. You say that workload is balanced, but there's plenty to do. Look at all this dried out meat that needs to be taken down and put in the granary. The overflowing granary. Berries. Oh, well, to be fair, it's a time of plenty. I'd like to establish my extra stables. I have so much tannin, it's crazy. I should have sold off some of that. Wonder why I didn't. I'm sure I had my reasons. Maybe each bow comes with 50 arrows, and the arrows are protected by Bronze Age DRM, can only be used to that bow and vice versa. Who would do such a thing? DRM is... yeah. Ah, so the granary does degrade. It takes a whole load of time to do so, though. Okay, see how the flint did undo itself there. Maybe because I reached a cap on it. You know, I'd quite like these stones gone as well, so I should just have a... no, it's not mining ore. Firstly, obtain flint. Get that out of my face. I wonder if I could just say no to these flint mines. Because we really don't need much more flint. At all. Oh, well, they're almost exhausted anyway, which is a bit of a blessing. We're actually out of sticks, which is crazy. I want to do a lot of deforestation, but it's really not the season for that. So maybe our people should gather these sticks, because they're in the way. And also obtain these stones, because they're also in the way. I'm sure I have better ways of producing things by this point, but I want them out of here. Okay, that's making. I thought people were cutting things down in summer. Where's the last sledge with the megalith? Yeah, we got 5 here, and the last one can't be too far. Here we go. He's under the growth, but it's Emag and Nochgor that understand the top priority for the settlement is Stonehenge. Get picking. Raiders, you say? And there are a few of them, sire, and they got shields as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 14 of them. And they're coming right from that direction where everybody's, you know, working. Alright. Get in. Remember when I said earlier that it would be a real pain to be attacked during either planting or harvesting season? That's what's happening here. Well, we got bows on the walls, and we got 3 towers, and the moment they come in here they're getting mauled, so it shouldn't be too big of a deal. Unless they do something like set fire to my crops. Are you trying to kill my donkey? You are trying to kill my donkey. And my dog. My dogs. Well, at least that donkey's not being slaughtered anymore. Machrak bought it because he was foolish enough not to seek shelter. Maybe I should have closed the doors. Alright, people seem happy. We did a good job. Now, get to harvesting. We gained vital knowledge by slaughtering those raiders. 6 donkeys, okay. One of them snuck in as a human. Jake, fishing rods are great for trading, says Bane. Is that so? They seem very easy to make. Just linen and a stick. So I don't want to make things just for trading, though. Dang, those carts can pick up lots of things. That is good news. And in comes the straw. Heavens knows I want that straw. That's a lot of the stuff. Well, just as well, I got all the places set up for storing the stuff, and donkeys who will hopefully cart it all around. Maybe I should make more of said carts. I have the leather, I have the logs. Well, I don't really have the logs. Deforestation is always the answer, though. I could start Operation Clear this stuff out this winter, though, which seems like a banging idea. And we'll tell the workshop to constantly make carts. How many carts do you want? Yeah, 10 seems about fair. Do I want more sledges? Hell yes I do. I have one bone harpoon sitting around somewhere. Somebody's probably holding on to it. Oh, would you look at that? It's almost done. People are just putting the final touches on it. We're getting a lot of knowledge here. There we go. Milestone unlocked. Megalomania. Yeah, that is a cracking screenshot. Yoink. We hauled a lot of stones up a whole long distance, but now we have it, the stone circle. A large structure composed by several megaliths arranged in a circle. It greatly increases your prestige and provides a boost for your people's morale. Yeah, it gives a lot of morale. Not for a lot of people at the same time, but it'll be a good place to go to once you're sick and tired of pulling up all these bits of barley. Oh man, I've picked a lot of megaliths. Okay, surely this amount of straw will do us good. And then once they're done with that, it's time for deforestation and the creation of a new settlement. The food situation looks incredibly under control, except for my lack of ability to store it all. So we're going to need another couple of granaries, please. I actually think I'll just slam them down over here. Hell, maybe even 3 of them. Let's future-proof. Looks like they last a long time anyway. It's only 2 mud too. You only need 4 more for the ultimate cairn. I want my statue though. Average commission. You sell me tin, and I like some tins. I wonder if I'm hurting for charcoal. Never really looked into that at all. I'll pick it up, why not? And I will sell you some crummy old bows. Leather's still worth 5. Grain is probably a good thing to buy, actually. Ooh, and I've been a bit short on logs. Well, lucky you, trader. You're getting the deal of a century here. Yeah, no wonder you're so happy. I wonder if young donkeys can still haul stuff. Also, we're not allowed food in the warehouse. I agree, Stonehenge looks great. Looks pretty bad with this tin mine underneath it, so hopefully that'll be done eventually. What? Oh, it's just a pile of stuff. Leather and logs. But why? Maybe somebody died there. Alright, the harvesting's done. We're doing pretty well in the harvesting, it's just that we're not collecting everything from the harvest. And before winter sets in, do we have any horses nearby? No, those are donkeys, but donkeys are still useful. Come now, Primal Vision, don't let me down. Mouflon, always nice, especially if it's a young female Mouflon. But we're okay when it comes to wool. Flax seems like a hell of an economy kicker. As in, it's good for kicking the economy. More donkeys. I mean, I'll take them. But I was hoping for the horses. Like you. There we go. Oh, if I can get that one young female, young male rather, he's in for the time of his life. Are horses better haulers? There's nothing in the game indicating that they are, but I want them. Almost as much as I want that composite archery. No more bows, we go composite only. And it's good because it doesn't need skins. Alright, no more bow making, only composite bow making. Which means this place shouldn't be making... I was going to say shouldn't be making anything else, but I kind of need those sledges and carts. Maybe I need a second workshop. Getting pretty full in here, isn't it? A fire would rip through this whole place. If this was Stronghold 1 on an economical mission, this would be a daft way of building things. But it ain't. Lack of logs is becoming a problem. Could somebody please... Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Very nice of these trees to be kind enough to supply me with loads of log. So if there's anybody out there that is experienced with Dawn of Man, how does this rack up as a settlement? Not perhaps what I've built, but perhaps the way that I've planned the building out. I like to think I've made a reasonable amount of space and given myself what I've needed here. Looks a bit too organized to me, says Mort. What's wrong with organized labor? It's a bit small, says Zarek. Well, if I expanded out here, I'd kill my ability to farm here. Yeah, I've got dogs. I've got tons of dogs. How many dogs do I have? Oh, that doesn't tell me. Actually, I only have 3 dogs. And they're all old, so my dog population's about to be removed entirely. They'll still join me somewhat randomly. Unless I go out there and tame some wolves. Which I'm not really feeling up for. Okay, we got 2 of the horses. It's a good start. I have space for 70 animals, of which I currently have 50. I would like more. What's the problem of building here? I guess it doesn't like being on such a steep surface, which is a shame. I wanted something kind of cool looking with this, but I don't get to have it. Oh well, 70's fine. Maybe drop the sheep by 5? I don't see a compelling reason to do so, except for the fact that I'm overflowing in wool. Which is a pretty compelling reason, I'll grant you that. But I can sell wool easily enough, and I seem to get tons of the stuff. Oh, those warehouses have a ton of space. Excellent. The deforestation continues as well. Why are you not cutting these down, or did I not tell you to cut these down? Let's remove that. They don't want to. But are these not in the way? What if I tried to build something here? Yeah, I wouldn't be able to, because the trees are in the way and I can't cut them. I'll be the judge of that. They're not mature yet. I don't care, they stand in the way of progress. Hold on, are there better gates? What else do I have to research under defensive? A reinforced gate. I'm sure we can upgrade these ones to that. As long as we're all under the guideful vision of Stonehenge, we're okay. Donkeys, tins, again, I want the tinnies. And I want to sell off any extra garbage that I have. Because a single unit of something takes up a space that could be used by 10 of anything else. Still though, it's good for me to have these bone items, I believe. Get rid of 2 bows, I'll give you a great deal. So that means I'll take your grain and I guess a little bit of bread. Although, maybe I should be looking into selling off my... Hang on, do they not take wool? Wool can be sold. Oh well, fair dues. Might think I'm taking in too much tin here. Did I set a limit on tin? Heh. Yeah, people are hauling those logs a long way. Okay, no need for stone walls here just yet. I'm gonna give them wooden palaces. Well, yeah, wood'll do. Wood'll do for now. But only for now. I can't have this being better than the initial settlement. That would give them the wrong idea. It'll have room to expand. Jake, one problem I find is you don't produce better tools because of the limit being filled with crappy tools. Yeah, there's something to be said for that. Tell you what, let's stop making flint tools. Because I keep mining flint and I don't even want to. Bone tools will only be used as long as I have bone. Then again, I'm drowning in bones. Maybe I should just get rid of bone tools. Maybe I should just get rid of the crafters altogether. Alright, we'll try this. Don't make this stuff. Only make really cool... Oh, don't tell me I'm limited on ingots. No, no, no. Give me the tinnies. Well, we're at the cusp of the Iron Age anyway. We have both of those. I want myself a statue. That might be a nice way to commemorate this, the erection of this village. So we'll put a statue over there. Heavens knows who's going to drag the megalith over there. What's the closest one? I hope it's not that one. Nor that one. And definitely, I can't believe I picked all these out of the ground. That's not an insurmountable distance, he says, getting lost. Oh, cool. They sure are ages away. And now I can't find my settlement. Check, I think that was the furthest one, and it was behind a mountain. Well, I'm behind a lot of mountains, and I don't know where I'm going anymore. Oh, well, that's lucky. Enter spring after a particularly mild winter. Oh, you're not a megalith. Be nice if there was a megalith just out here that we could drag over, but I think I already grabbed those. Are megaliths the true late game? Well, I guess you would do. You're not, strictly speaking, that far. God, that's an aeon away. Still, pick it out and then we'll see if I remember about you later. Jake, just a question. Is there a point to put the statue in the village or next to Stonehenge? There's no point, I just want it here. It's a city builder, you should build what you want. I'm actually lacking in space for more people, but what is perhaps more terrifying is my lack of straw. No, that's not terrifying because we've passed winter. Oh god, that donkey. Poor guy. Worked to the last and now he dies for it. Ah, good, flint mine is done. Well, it's spring. I won't tell people to build more walls until they're done with planting all the crops. Upgrade the roundhouses this summer. That's exactly what I plan to do. I think I'd rather tear that one down. It's pointing the wrong way. And the nail that sticks out is the one that gets hammered, get emptied, get recycled. Well, people are getting on with it, but there we go, like, there's so much you could have done, but they go out, they do one thing and they leave, and it's a bit... yeah. Reminds me of RimWorld, where a character will go, da 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 da, big pile of various resources, they will pick up, I don't know, 1 stone and walk back. It wouldn't be stone, it would be like, okay, 1 packaged ration. Oh my. I guess the... Oh, you look young. Oh, that's because you're my horse. Okay, I was going to capture you. Dang, I only have 2 horses, and those are them. At least it's a female and a male, but the male is still young. Maybe the other one's aged before I could get them. Yeah, it was one of the starting houses, and it's being torn down for that. It must conform. I tend not to like grid building, so this does fill me with a bit of disgust. But I don't know, I don't feel so drawn to the aesthetics as I was in, say, Banished, where I refuse to grid build. Oh, it's just horrible. I mean, these people are just trying to survive. In Banished, I'm trying to build a society. And like that, I don't have space for everybody anymore. That's cool, though. We shall build our new roundhouse resident. Clunk. Still going to be short on logs for this. We'll need to do more deforestation and building, but look at that. We've finished the planting, or most of it, so let the deforestation recommence. Oh, I think they're already told to deforest, but that's okay. I shall tell them to do it more so. Where'd it go? There it went. More people, please. And which is more? We should definitely have some storage places for all the wood around here. I find it bizarre that these even need to be built. Why not just have them there? That's something Banished did. If there was a flat area, you could just straight up make it a storage place. Made it very much easier for building up places far away. Alright, as reward for your hard work, I'm going to up the limit on beer. Notice that morale has been far less of an issue ever since we started drowning people in beer. I keep forgetting which button tells me about my society. Ooh, discover. Ooh, I should remember this. It's 0 for megaliths. Work areas, megalith structures, knowledge, tasks, activity, charts, and okay, game speed level 8. But that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something. This is the one. Welfare is good, prestige is good. You know it's good because it's green, right? I remember Timmy looking at Dungeon Keeper. Timmy is a game development artist, and he was noticing that you know, the good guys show up as red. Could never get away with that in a modern game now, which was insightful. Alright, summer. The only big job people have to do in summer is to take care of those fruit trees. Trader's here. What you got for me? High commission is what you've got for me. But I do have a lot of wool. Do I really want that tin ore? I don't know. But I'll take it. And I'll even grab some extra flour off of you, because flour is better than bread. I'll even trade some bread for some flour. 1 flour is 2 bread, you fool! Took you for a ride there. I wonder if gate is more efficient to build than these walls. Gate, condition 600, wall, condition 600. So they're the same, but the gate allows ingress and egress, and it takes up 3 spaces at the cost of 2 wood. So if you did want to wall, you could probably do it more efficiently by having nothing but gates. Would probably add a lot of micro to it, and if you're going to micro, then just don't have walls, but still. 'Twas something I was thinking about. I have another gate down there. Maybe they take longer to build. Maybe the reinforced ones are more expensive as well. Alright, it's summertime. Get building. Will people ever need out this way, I wonder? I don't know. Did I build this the wrong way round? I'm quite certain that I did. Yeah, I'm quite certain that I did. Which means I probably built this one the wrong way round as well. Ah, but that's perfect, because this is a place where I lock people in. Now I'm going to switch this one around. Again, they give me the arrow, but what does the arrow even mean? That's not helpful. Like, people will go through it this way. It's like, yes, they'll go through it both ways. Seems like now would be the worst time for an attack. Not really, it's summer, so it's fine. I just sound the horn, get people back here. Oh god, what if people went here for their defense? That probably wouldn't work out very well. Oh, here's another one I built the wrong way. Oh well. It's probably fine. They're even laughing at the stupidity of the gate. Alright, the food, we're drowning in it. The resources, similarly quite drowning in it. And I have composite bows now. I'd have even more if I actually told you to also build composite bows. You know, you can build the whole lot, and I'll have you set to high priority because I really do want all of these things. And yeah, more than enough bows for everybody. Good. And since we're not making regular bows anymore, composite bows should start taking over. Which means perhaps I want to up my production of linen. It's a bit late for planting it, but it's something to consider. I do like these donkeys are actually being put to work here. When do we start raiding? Sadly, there is no such thing in the game, at least as far as I can tell. You are only raided. You don't do the raiding, which is a modern day tragedy. Clunk. That's enough for summer. I've probably already given them too much to do, but look at that. Now that you have decent population and the right tools, clearing out an area for a second base, I wouldn't say it becomes trivial, but it's certainly a whole lot smoother. Made 10 bronze knives. We gain added knowledge. When we get 25 knowledge, we enter the Iron Age. I'm still at a loss for why the game map is so huge. It has no business being this huge. Also, where's that megalith? Are you that megalith? No. No, you're not. 0 for megaliths, right? You, good enough. You're coming with me. I don't care if a few people die for it. I need that statue. They'd have a long way to go back for any food. Alright, I'm sure you've had plenty of fun, folks, but get your sickles out. Many of them are still made of bone and flint, but those with bronze ones will surely be cutting down pretty fast. How good is bone for this? It's 2 on harvesting, whereas bronze is 3 on harvesting. But what does that even mean? Does that mean it's 50% better? Does that mean it's a 10% increase in speed? Nay clue. But I do know that I have plenty of composite bows now. Bronze Age trackways went for many, many miles. Can you build trackways No, there's nothing about road building I like here. Which I assume is what you mean. Your new settlement looks awfully small. It's meant to be. It needs to not be outshining this one. So they're going to stick to wooden walls. It's like Novgorod. Keep it around, but ransack it so it's not nearly as good as the main place. Alright guys, you know this, harvesting is the main deal right now. And I want those haystacks overflowing with straw, you hear me? Feels like my cattle numbers just aren't going up. Maybe cattle reproduce slower. I got 10 bloomin' donkeys. Oh, that was a thought. How about those horses? Well, there's some aurochs if I want some. Which I often do, so grab the ones you can, please. That young female auroch is dying. Let's see if we can't grab it and make it happier. Same with these wolves. I ran out of dogs and I feel very sad about that. Donkey. Mouflon. Other than that, I don't want to go too far afield during harvesting season. Horses. Sadly, just one young male. I was meant to upgrade my houses during summer. That's fine, we will not do that at all. We will instead build new houses over here as soon as we can, and that stops us having to tear down places to make extra space. Do you have any food for the animals? Yeah, I got 180 straw, and that's going up and up. Now, straw doesn't last forever in these haystacks. In fact, it looks more like it lasts a year, which isn't great. I wonder if I can keep straw in the granary. Or anywhere else. No, I guess not. But animals eat tons of straw. And I do have things here that produce tons of straw. Perhaps more so than I need. But it's always good to have more food than you need. That's the way I see it. The harvesting is done. Excellent. They still need to pick the stuff up, but what I can also do is start building me some actual residences over here. But there's no sense building residences if we don't have infrastructure. So let's start ourselves out with a couple of wells. They should be centralized, of course, so nobody has to go too far for water. With wells there, they probably also want some places to have food, so I'll give them a couple of granaries. Near where all the food comes in from, which is out there. And they'll probably need a couple of warehouses. I guess I'll centralize those. And they're going to need some spiritual needs seen to. So they're going to have a big totem. I'll have a couple of totems right here. Only one person can... Wait, it would create an isolated area? That's kind of the point. Okay. I see how it is. Then I'll put you... No? Okay. Well then, you're only getting one totem. That's what you get for being greedy. Give you some skull poles, though. What else will be needed? Some hearths, I suppose. Oh, and I'm giving them the carved statue, haven't I? Yeah. I mean, let it not be said that I don't provide for my people. What else do they need? It's not really a place for drying skins out here. But they may bring in food that they need to dry out, so I shall, in my infinite wisdom, give them food drying facilities here. Why is that granary away from the wall? Because it won't let me put it next to the wall. Possibly because of this tree. Get rid of that oak. I don't like it being there. It could also be because of elevation. Not a lot I can do about that. Much like in Banished, elevation is a real pain. Yeah, the lack of alignment on granaries did immensely bother me. Alright, and now that it's winter and these crops are slowly being picked off the ground, we'll be able to get on with building up the new settlement. Again, I don't know what Storm is. Doesn't seem to tell you at all what Storm does. How's your burial capacity, Jake? Probably fine. There are 3 body spaces left under the dolmen, and I think I kept this, which has 2 body capacity. But that's okay. This place will have their own burial grounds, but they won't be quite as good as the old place. Why would it? It has no reason to be. This place will need its own rock piles, which I'm just thumping down out of lack of better stuff to do here. And I'm going to continue to thump down some wood piles, because there's still wood to be gathered here. And plenty of wood to be gathered here. Storm increases the decay of buildings, and blizzards increases the chance of hypothermia. I haven't even seen blizzards, but I guess that's because we're playing on relatively easy modo. Trader's here. Trader always comes to the same spot. I wonder if that's defined at the start. But you have high commission, but you do have tin ore, and ore does not go off. For once I'm going to buy the charcoal, mostly because I've never seen how much we're doing with charcoal. And I guess I'm going to sell my copper garbage. Yeah. Donkeys. I could buy a lot of donkeys, especially adult females that could be impregnated. Oh yeah, that high commission of yours is getting in my way. Bah humbug. I don't even need tannin. Take my wool and get out of my face, as well as some of my aforementioned useless tannin. Jake, are you still planning a hard mode run after this? I don't know. I won't immediately be jumping back into this game. We'll see how I feel once we've finished off our research. I mean, what does that even mean for us? Smelting and steel making. I think we would just ignore iron altogether and go straight for the steel. If it's only 1 tech away, why prolong it? Get that steel sword going. This is good. Keep those people busy. They got work to do. Jake, you need iron for buildings. I'll be the judge of that. Although I guess making iron things will give me a direct boost in knowledge. The bread's gone mouldy. That's just something to expect with this kind of overproduction of food, but that's fine. Well, it's not so fine. It's very inefficient. Why are we still planting so much when we have so much grain? We don't need to, and we're drowning in straw as well. So I'm kind of making my people work for nothing. To that effect, Maybe this is the lot that I should get rid of. I don't like it being here anyway. Right, away it all goes. That's a good way to reduce the amount of work that we have to do. And a lot of this is still lying here from last time. Moldy grain, make some ale. Yeah, well, it's produced, albeit slowly. Alright, the town's really coming together. What else do my people need? They have the ways for making bread, and indeed somebody's over here making himself some bread. Probably because he just so happened to have some flour. Well, I guess we could complete the wall. I can't think of a reason to need a gate here. Who would ever go through there? And since they have a granary with a piece of bread in it... Actually, I guess a bit of the problem is that they don't have... Well, there's a lot of stuff they don't have. Let's not worry about that. They'll figure it out. Let's build their residences. Roundhouses. I don't know. I don't think they deserve to have really nice roundhouses here. I'll build these ones up with huts, and I'll upgrade back home to have the cool roundhouses. They won't be good at conformity here either, it seems. Too hilly. There you go, it's as good as you get. Part of the problem, though, is that I don't have much stone. And these stones will run out soon enough. Nobody's mining that stone, huh? Alright, folks, you would not believe the stones we need these days. Goodness, a lot of unhappy people. I guess erecting this second settlement's ruffled a lot of feathers. Trader once again, but offering me, well, offering me low commission, and I do like that. Let's buy that flour, even though I have a lot of flour. And offer up some moldy bread in exchange. I want to raid and see how the AI will cope with Jake's mistakes. What mistakes, Alpha? You want to talk about mistakes? I know you've made one. And it was great. Maybe we should ask people watching right now, what's the difference between a channel point and a cheer? I am hearing people dropping like flies in my settlement. Alpha says, fair enough, I have no grounds to object on. I know, I just wanted to make sure you know. It's our 100th bit of beer made. Things are coming along a storm now. Can I make this other granary? Yes, I can. Good. It's going to be one crummy little village, but that's okay. It's meant to be crummy. as opposed to this glorious place. We're the ones that get the dolmen. This place at best is gonna get burial mounds. $22,000 points, and this costs 600. Jake, you might want to raise it. I might want to just get rid of channel points. They seem incredibly useless. We've only gotten 100 fruits throughout our entire time. Well, fruit does go off fast. Alright, get this extra housing capacity built up so I can improve the other places. But improving them costs stone, which, you know, I burnt a lot of building this impressive stone wall. At least I'm saying it's impressive. Perhaps what I need is to have my people obtain more stone. Get to it. And I'm sure there are places to shove the stones, like here. Ah, look at that, the food actually gets dried out here, so there will be food for the granary. Also, the gathering opportunities, well, they would have been better if I hadn't over-deforested. But there's no such thing as over-deforesting, so I think it's fine. I think a big problem with multiple settlements is there's no way to divvy up the work. So if I say, hey, I want some gathering done here, probably going to be people from over here, get out of bed, go pick one half moldy blueberry, and then walk back because they're tired. Although maybe they'd walk back to here because people don't seem to have permanent residence. Ah, that knowledge is rolling in. There's one way to find out. Yes, there is. But you're not talking to me. I'm still taking a message. Jings, the milk went off. Milk doesn't go off. It just becomes excellent sour bread. Well, I'm not really sure I want any of this stuff. But again, tin ore doesn't go off. But I forget, is tin needed in any way for steel? I don't know. I can't know. So I'm just going to take it all anyway and sell off stuff that's going to go moldy anyway. Ooh, composite bow, that's alright, isn't it? Yeah, not sure I really want shields or swords or anything like that. And I certainly don't want this copper garbage. There you go, give me a bit of bread and we're even. Ho ho indeed. These stones are getting in the way of my beautiful village here, so let's pick them up. I don't have the stones to upgrade the huts right now, and I don't mean that I don't have the gall to do it, I mean I don't have the material stone. Steel can and was made with bone ashes at the beginning. Good old steel, what would we do without it? Disease is affecting our flax, that doesn't sound good. 13 of it at that. Good thing I still have a bunch of flax, but I have said for a long time now that I should have more flax being made. Especially since I use it in composite bows. Alright, good. Stone is relatively done for there. The village doesn't seem that, you know, active and populated. But people are laughing, so I'll take that as a good sign. He's freaking laughing all the time. A lot of laughing. Almost too much laughing. Okay, these sticks are well getting in my way. I'll take all this laughter as a sign that people are doing well and generally happy with my incredible rule. Let's get some numbers on that. Yeah, welfare is great. And we're fairly prestigious. All of your production is in the other settlement though, Jake. It would become more lively if you did some production. Easy now, we're getting there. I'm wondering what kind of slave labor can be done here, because all the animal products are gotten over here, because all the animals are over here. There's really not a lot of anything this place produces, except wood, I suppose. You could have a, well, you know, we could have the flax done here, then we do all the flaxing. That could be an idea, if we shift the flax to here. There, your flax. We do that, and once this stuff is harvested, wait, no, it became nasty, didn't it? Alright, just do that. Done and done. And we'll have some excellent production facilities. Hey, I could also make this the primary beer producing area. Ah, everyone wants some extra beer in their life. We're going to need mortars however we look at it, so... What else do we need? Yeah, get the weavers weaving. Elle was a weaver till she died. Must be difficult establishing a new town, like in real life, and trying to make it a place people go to. You see those pictures of places that are just ghost towns because they were built up, but nobody actually went there. Or whatever it was built for just disappears. Right, roundhouses require logs, and I managed to chew through my logs, probably building this wall. So there will be some more deforestation needed. Fortunately, sometimes the forest comes to you. So we can deforestate around here. And here. Maybe I shouldn't tear these down so that when the trees come around I just instantly lop them down. Sounds like every time I've tried to throw a party it says FPQC. I hope you've learned valuable lessons. Oh, don't give him the attention that he desires there, Solar 1988. FPQC is a curse placed upon us all. Wouldn't mind that bronze. Since I can buy it for other stuff that goes off, it seems like a pretty sweet deal for me. Just buying it wholesale. Especially when I can get rid of my bread that seems to keep going off. And the wool that I have too much of. Haha, indeed. Doesn't seem like I sell my crappiest bread though, unless I had a lot of crappy bread. Does the population grow by itself? There are births as long as there are spaces for more people. On top of that, new people will arrive. Alright, let's just upgrade what we can here. I should have the stones. I don't have the logs, but people should get deforestating. Ooh, right, we are moments away from entering the Iron Age. Yes, that well-known winter storm. This is a really cozy village. I kind of wish I could zoom in a bit further and just wander around what I've built here. But maybe it would take away from it if you could see the models up close. Lots of games like this, city builders, I mean, they don't want you to go right the way down into your city. And I feel like maybe it's because they're embarrassed, like they don't want you to see the corners they've cut or the tricks they've pulled to make things look good from up here. Maybe you get in real close and you see, I don't know, missing textures or things looking far worse than you'd imagine. But still, I want to. I have 3 horses, so I guess they are breeding somewhat. Uh-oh. The raiders are coming from a place that I really don't want them to. Then again, they are very small in number. Well, 10 of them, I guess it's not that small. Still. I'm gonna wait until they're a bit closer, and then... no, that's not where I want you to be. Uh-oh. Well... this settlement's gonna get minced. Oh no, people are legging it over here. It's not too bad, but this is just a pitched battle, and not a particularly good one for us. Why do they keep killing my dogs? Kill them. There we go, enough sticks and stones thrown at you and you're not getting up the next day. No automatic repairs on this. Guess I gotta do it myself like a Neanderthal. The corner piece is probably not necessary there. I feel like it would be a bit more authentic to make it rounder, but I don't want to. I think your beer's on fire, Chief. Oh, it did eat into the condition of that hut, I think. It's no worse off than that one. Perhaps not. Okay. We've produced so much raw meat, we've gained additional knowledge from it. This has fleshed out a whole lot since the game started. But because we haven't produced shields or swords at all. Actually, there's a thought, if I can slow this down for 5 seconds. Okay, now I need to produce 10 bronze swords and 10 fishing rods. Making 10 fishing rods, probably not a bad idea. Even though I'm particularly low on flax, we'll get some when this is all done, right? Especially when I make it all high priority, right? Object is saying good day. Yes, it is. fine enough, although not a lot of huts over here. Can certainly build more huts. We amazingly have the mud for it, but I also need people to build up these, because I don't have large capacity for extra people anymore. Overflowing with food though. That's why things keep going off. And yeah, I almost certainly overproduce with this stuff. It would be prudent of me to get rid of some of this barley. Because the straw ain't a problem either, and now the hay is going off. But it's alright. Just gotta advance that population further. Oh yeah, I made this. This is all me, and look how happy it makes my people. Let's see this guy's morale. Well, this old woman's morale. She thinks about the hard work that everyone put into dragging these rocks up here, and she becomes happy. Alright, what you got for me? Not a whole lot, but would you have more for me if we were in the Iron Age? The answer is no. No, you would not. The Iron Age is unlocked. With this we can do steel making, deep mining. Alright, tell me, what is needed here? Well, the metalsmith won't make me iron stuff. I need a bloomery to smelt iron ore into iron and steel, and a blacksmith to make proper tools. Blacksmith seems cheap enough to do. But why don't we have the new settlement be the one that produces this, eh? Metallurgy, bloomery, needs a lot of mud, which comes from all the way over there. But that's fine. Even though charcoal is made over there, it's fine. Might need a few of these. I'll start with a couple. There you go. There's our statue, finally erected. And it works wonders for morale as well. Good prestige too. Excellent. I think you came over to cook some... No, it's cured meat. Why would you cook cured meat? Oh man, I'm now racking my head to think what I have in terms of meat here. I could well go for some. I got some slow cooked chicken. It's not the same though. Okay, goody goody. The advanced homes are coming along a storm. I actually don't have the flax that I need to make those fish hooks. Summer's only just started. At the end of autumn we'll have what we need for that. A little curious about these bloomeries though. How's that gonna work? Also, I have a feeling that I should have my charcoal production done over here. Again, costs wood, but it's probably good to have over here, because this is likely where we're going to be grabbing a lot of our logs from. So let's also have some wood storage done over here. Jake, you need absurd amounts of iron. Is that so? Good thing we have plenty of access to... Oh, we do. I thought I was leading myself into a joke there. Goody goody. Iron mine. Lots of iron mine. But there's still one mine I don't have. Don't tell me it's a steel mine, because I don't want to have... Okay, no, it's deep mining. Steel mining would be a bit of a joke. Like a bit of a bad joke. Is there a hard cap on population, asks the Queen. I have no clue. Let's do a bit of deforestation. I feel a little low on logs right now. Now, Rimworld Jake, you don't mind steel? Good. Okay, there's a little bit of food in these granaries. Well, actually, it's not really food. There's 10 units of food and plenty of units of potential food. I hope we can figure out how to bake soon. I could do with a bakery. Yeah, that's what I want actually. I want an oven first. Hydropower for a watermill. Where's my knowledge from degrading food? Alright, blacksmith. Seems like you can give me iron tools, which look pretty good. And I don't know anything about steel, so just give me everything. As for swords, I don't think we need a lot of them. I'm not a big believer in them. It all costs tons of iron, but I should be able to trade for tons of iron. Are there more iron mines nearby, though? That's more copper, which I don't think is useful at all anymore. And I should probably do away with, actually. Where's my limit on that stuff? We have 30. Let's just limit it to 20 so we don't get carried away. And let's be sure to come to an understanding when it comes to iron and iron ore. Good to see that it's copper colored. Alright, that seems acceptable. Oh my, the cattle are piling up. I got 27 of them. I should probably start putting a cap on that. Let's keep it at 30. Yeah, watermill is probably a far faster way of making flour than these mortars, which are fairly labor intensive, and dang do they take a while. This is no stronghold where you have like one mill and it can service so many wheat farms because it's so fast. Then again, it is a mill. It's our first iron mine erected. I trust these things will just work forever. I hope they do. Heavens knows I need a lot of iron. Probably. Wouldn't claim to know. But that means I should keep my iron over here rather than anywhere else. That's a bit of a bummer. Let me think. The iron ore gets smelted here, so I want you. I need you built first. Where are my stone piles? Okay, I guess I need to go to each of them and go iron ore is not allowed. And I'm almost certainly going to miss one. Because I don't even know where they all are. Okay, there's a ton of them here. I'm sure I knew what I was doing at the time. Okay, any more for any more? I guess not. Good. So once this one is built up, and I'll probably want another one. Okay, these wood piles can probably be destroyed at this point. And again, why? It's just 4 twigs in a square. Why is this a thing? There we go. They both allow the iron ore, which is good. Maybe they should only allow iron ore if this is such a big thing. This one can have everything else, which is mostly just stones right now. But stones are good and stones are useful. Damn, this looks comfy. It's a shame that the models all look the same. With these ones, at least they have a little bit of difference on the top. These, if there is a difference, I'm not really... Oh no. There's a slight color difference. Okay, sell me tech. Sell me hydropower tech at high commission. And sell me your iron ore, again at high commission. Let's take those logs at high commission too, why the heck not. I have too much bread. It's going to go all moldy. I have too much cured meat. It's going to go all moldy. I got composite bows, which means my bows are no longer... Oh god, bows have no value. Oh, that's painful. I'll take them away. If they got no value, then I don't want them. Bronze stuff still has value, so let's get rid of quite a bit of it. This stuff's expensive. Gee. Oh my goodness. Well, take my wool. Take my straw. It's just going to go moldy anyway. I'm about to get a ton of it, so it's no problem selling off my straw here and now. Bones I don't have a lot of use for. I got a lot of stones. I need those stones, but all in due time. Get rid of that shield. Composite bows are worth quite a bit if I wanted to sell them off right now, but... Well, no buts. Oh god, the copper stuff's worth next to nought as well. Well then, I'll get rid of my bone spears. At least a bunch of them. And my flint spears. I just get rid of all of them then. Need to make up this value some way, somehow. I guess I get rid of more of this. Jings, that's pricey. There we go. Expensive, but we now have hydropower. What does that mean? A place to crush grain using hydropower. Which I assume means I need to have it by the water. Yes, which means it can't be done over there, but it can be done here. Which is very close to the settlement. Very conveniently close to the settlement. I hope one of these works fine. Well, we'll soon find out. Also, it's hilarious that we use hydropower in a static lake. But that's just the way things go sometimes. Yes, hydropower from a small pond. This small pond with no moving water. It just works. I hope I wasn't completely wrong about the straw, but I don't think I am. It's piling up quite nicely here. Or so we say. The stacks are empty. This mass production is what's giving us knowledge right now, the production of thousands of things. Pretty great for us. Deforestation has worked its magic. So there we go, Danny Ugg is coming up with the solution here, with a fitting name there, Ugg. Okay, so it's going to triple the production of flour. I'm going to have this on high prio, and I'm going to murderize these. Because that should take care of all of our needs, right? Well, maybe. We'll see about that. Unemployment will skyrocket. I always have work for my people to do. I like having these donkeys pull all these carts. It's pretty cool. That costs 12 for each of these, but I want steel making. Requires the era of Iron Age. Well, we're in the Iron Age. They all need that. But then I'll get the steel going, and I'll be able to make steel, and I'm curious what I make it out of. 2 horses are sick, but come now, they're adult horses, probably. I'm sure they'll be fine. Oh, it's an old female. Probably not fine. I hope the other horse is a not-so-old female. Thinking of that, where are all the horses? I've not had much luck domesticating them. Foiled again. Some more donkeys. I'm not saying I have a problem with donkeys, I'm saying that I want horses. Ah well. The donkeys have done me no ill, let's not have the great replacement happening for them. We've actually made 100 bronze here. It's more than I'd expected, but whilst 12 will do everything else, I need 20 for the steel, and I want that steel. Do you still do hunting, or is that a thing of the past? Asked Brute Queen. As soon as we were able to domesticate pigs, I really didn't do much hunting unless they were right next to me. Because with them here, I just wait for them to be too old or too plentiful, and I slaughter them. That means I don't have to go out in a big hunting party, there's no danger. And all the resources, you know, when a dead pig is here, it's, oh, put the skins here, put the meat here. When the bison is dead over here, it's, oh well, send out several people, carve it up and bring it back. So there's no real requirement to go out hunting anymore. What would happen, I suppose, is if there was a big disease on all my animals and the crops failed and food was tight, then I would go all hands on deck to get more. But that's not a problem that we're facing. Hello, you happen to have the secret of deep mining. With high commission. I'm going to take your charcoal and your tin ore and your iron ore as well. And again, even though it's high commission, I will sell off what is needed to get it. Which might be a tall order here, because I already sold off a lot of my wool. I have a lot of straw, but I'm going to need that straw. I'll sell off my moldy ass bread, though. I'll even give you my beer. How about that? Have some bones. Have all my bones. I don't need bones. Have some composite bows, although trust me, I don't want to give you these. There we go. I'm keeping my... no... need to give you 16 of something. Oh, it's 15. And we'll just throw in a piece of bread and we're Gucci. There we go, deep mining is ours. I'm going to assume that it's faster than this other stuff. Oh, it costs a lot of... Okay, I have to upgrade it. Costs a lot of logs, but I happen to have a lot of logs. I'm gonna have one of them normal so I can compare the two of them. What a crummy looking village. I mean, imagine being the loser that's sent over to live here, when you could live in this glorious metropolis. Alright, I'm fancying a bit more of an upgrade for these glorious people as well. Not too many though. Half now, half maybe next summer. And then this whole place will be full of glorious roundhouses, which are good for 8 whole years. If the village is crummy, Jake, I'd blame the ones who planned it. No, no, no. Let's not get carried away. You'd think having the bloomery economy going would keep this place tip-top. Well, heavens knows I got plenty of sticks, although the sticks are going off. So here's my question, where are the ores going? Right, they're being shoved inside the warehouse. Let's have these top priorities so that people actually do this stuff. Even if they have to live in the crummy village. Alright, we made the 10 fishing rods like I said I would. Although deep down I don't know why I did. Alright, that's a deep iron mine, this is a regular iron mine. What is even the difference? I guess the triple access to the ore is a pretty big one, but doesn't look like it does it much faster. And also the capacity for storing ore is really low, which makes the donkey trip far less efficient. Alright, trader, what do you have? And if it's more tech, I probably can't afford it. No, but you come with iron ore, and I quite like that. I'll take that and your charcoal. What'll I give you for it? Some moldy ass bread. There we go, extra knowledge, because we're now over 100 people here. Good thing we have this extra village. Oh, we tore down the places, but we've yet to rebuild them. But we're working on that. We're in spring, so we'll get this done. We'll get our planting done, and we'll also finally have a decent amount of flax. That 20 linen isn't cutting the mustard. Iron, so Jake is almost done. Yeah, I'm going to be pretty satisfied when I have a steel sword smelted. Maybe I'll go all the way and get all the technologies. I mean, I've only got 4 more to get. Why not? Yeah, why not? As Aku would say, it might as well go for complete annihilation. Oh, I almost certainly shouldn't have people doing this during spring, but there we go. Let's just make that workload far too high. Cairn and 150 pop is the last milestone. Not sure I want to grind out 150 population, it grows too slowly. Not to mention people do die. Also a cairn. It doesn't tell me how many megaliths that is, but the idea of hauling all those megaliths does not fill me with joy. Took ages enough to get the 6 megaliths I needed for this. And look at that, people are even too scared to go all the way up to it. Oh, thank God their condition doesn't degrade. Jake, I think you wasted some mining capacity by upgrading your mine prematurely. I think the upgrade sets capacity to 300 no matter how much was already mined. That doesn't make sense since there's a 309 there. I think it adds 200 to the capacity. That's what I think. Because look, this one's at 312. Well, we made 10 iron ingots so far. What's taken these guys so long to make this though? If I had to guess, it would be the lack of charcoal. But look, we've got charcoal here. Ah, I see the problem. Make loads of charcoal. Also have loads of spaces for charcoal. It's a mining community, it's allowed to look like garbage. 5 or 6 again, but it's a big tomb for people who died, says Zarek. So it's Sheffield. I wonder if it's the extra prestige or the speed that we're going at, but boy do we get a lot of people coming in. Finally, average commission on tech. And the ores, of course. We don't have this stuff en masse. But I could certainly sell off bows. I don't want to sell off too many bows, but we'll get rid of some of them. Wow, I'm actually out of wool. Is it that I'm short on outfits or something? Either way, have some moldy old bread. Although I'm not drowning in flour here. Maybe that's not the wisest thing to do. I can give you some stones. Heavens knows we have plenty of those right now. And we'll cap it off with some bones. There we go. Megalithism. Unlocks construction of complex megalithic structures, increasing our prestige and improving morale. Tell me more about that cairn. Oh, good God. There's another hill that I could build this on? I guess it wouldn't make a lot of sense to throw it there, but I want it to be in in between our settlements. You know, everyone dies equally. Some kind of message like that. Could put it here, but no, the crummy village doesn't deserve the best of stuff. There we go. So you need 4 megaliths, 20 stone and 20 mud. That is a lot. Better get hauling, guys. Oh god, no, not that one. That'll do. Maybe not. That's the 3rd. That'll do. That's 4. Wait, where even is this? Ha 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 ha! People are gonna die hauling that. Oh well. We'll get the cairn, but we certainly won't get that 200 population. Or was it 150? It matters not. What matters is what's not happening, which is that population. A megalithic funerary complex built with rocks of various sizes greatly increases your prestige. 100 prestige is quite a lot. I wonder if you could spam low-cost prestige buildings. It would be important for them to be ones that don't degrade. Yeah, you'd just do a lot of skull posts, although they cost dry skins. Totems seem better on the skins, but harsher on the bones. Huts add a bit of prestige. Yeah, I usually use banners throughout the settlements. Is that right? How many texts have you got to go for that? Where even is banner? Do I already have banner? Cairn, oven, gates and things, watermill. Saddle, no, Staddle Granary? Well, what matters is we're getting steel making going. I'm still a bit curious about the banner. No, here we go. A symbol of the settlement's power. Right, then we should both have banners. This will be our saga. This is where our settlement started, so it's where it should have its banner. Okay, because the iron's a bit expensive, but 2 prestige in exchange for a stick and some linen, not too shabby. And they're tiny, so very spammable. Yeah, the banner was the new thing that we got in the spiritual tree there, Red. The cairn was for funeral. We've got all the transport stuff. I've never built a bridge. Let's build a really pointless bridge. Stone stables, larger, more durable. Huh. Is that so? Let's test that out. Stones, sticks, logs, straw. I should have all of those things, except I don't have straw, but I will soon. Alright, we got steel. I didn't look into that whatsoever. Let's have a look-see. How do I make steel? If it costs the same, why would I ever not make steel? Riddle me that. How are they making steel just out of iron ore? I won't claim to know much about metallurgy, so I'm a little curious about that. Jake, you can't use steel for buildings. Yeah, but I mean, which of these buildings even need iron? Whoop-de-doo, our banners need it. Okay, I guess I could keep on the continual production of it, but I'm setting the limit of this to 5. There we go. The only difference is you need iron for defense and banners. Steel is needed for tools and swords. Yeah. And do your defenses with, Needs leather, but I still produce leather, right? Well, I won't produce anything if I don't have tannin, so I should probably get back to actually collecting tannin. Plenty of space here for tannin. Hop. And we don't need tons of stuff as long as I have, I don't know, 30 to hand. I have plenty. It can only be done in spring, maybe summer. It feels like a spring task. Yeah. Okay, the settlement looks a bit less crap. Still a bit crummy, but that's what I'm going for here. Wooden walls, lesser huts, poor planning. It's just so that they understand the pecking order here. This place looks good. It would look even better if these were all completely upgraded. We won't do that now, we'll wait for winter. Oh, it's good to see the harvesting being done so quickly and yeah, everything being gathered so much more efficiently thanks to our donkeys. Alright, looks good. Get them upgraded. Come Gaming 2002 says, "Hi guys, please excuse the name. You're already asking for quite a lot there. It's in reference to my clan. I'm just popping in to say hi." Well, welcome. Alright, the first bridge that we ever built. It's still useless, but it's here. And we gained a bit of knowledge from it. Maybe the bridge is also aiding this stagnant pool to turn this water wheel. Yeah, dehydration, but oh my, you die. Well, at least you dropped your linen outfit. That was good of you. But you were probably trying to drag a megalith. Wherever it is. I'm sure it'll get there eventually. And to think, since I built it over here, it's got even further to go. There's not enough space for our animals. Is that so? Then I have too many animals. Why do I have 28 sheep? I should only have 25. 31 cattle. I should only have 30. And too many donkeys. So it's not my problem. It's not killing enough. Alright, I'm sure they'll get around to the killing. Yeah, I know the stable will solve it, but I meant to keep my caps at an agreeable level as well. But people are busy not slaughtering, which is odd. I think I heard something die there. Hey, here's our banner. I prefer the longer one. Are there other settlements that can attack? No, but raiders will come in Empower. We've had several raider attacks. None of them have proven to be of any real threat to us. We've lost a few dogs and maybe like 2 or 3 people to raider attacks, Which is no big deal when we have 103 people. I can afford to spill a bit of blood. Hello trader, what you got? Wow, you can really just buy your way into tech in this game. Or maybe that's just how we're doing it. Right, let's buy that. Really don't want to sell off all my bows like this. I quite like them a lot. Get rid of some bronze axes though. Bronze is on its way out. Yep, that'll do me nicely. And with that, there's only 2 techs left. Baking, which is actually the first one I wanted here. Staddle Granary, which I assume is an upgrade for this granary. Let's upgrade this one since it's pretty much empty already. Well, I just helped with that. And I'll probably just have one so I can compare it to a not Staddle Granary. Alright, Come Gaming, I was willing to excuse the name, but no longer. Yeah, the rating's not that bad, but I guess if you play this on Brutal, it would be a different story. Zarek says, I'm used to hardcore, the raids are double the number and better equipped. Well, I wasn't keen on jumping face first into this on a high difficulty. And then again, I know you guys, you wanted to see me get my ass kicked savagely. Right, the sheep seems to be doing fine for temperature, probably because it's only -1. I am assuming on hardcore the temperature and weather in general is a lot fiercer. It's taking so long. Oh, we're actually out of stones. I was looking at my megaliths. Could it be that I don't have enough stone obtaining? Yeah, there's only 1 stone there anyway. Well now. Loads of stones here, so pick them up. People get cold faster. Any plans to bust out some Caesar 3? No. The Caesar 3 itch always comes around, so there's no real threat of that, but I do not currently feel the need. Mass production, it's our way to science these days. Alright, still waiting on those 4 megaliths. What is taking you so long, guys? Probably the agonizing length at which you have to drag the enormous megalith. But that's their problem, not mine. We've now developed 10 steel, which should equate to 10 steel tools. So I guess as the game goes on, you're going to exhaust all the resources, and it can't really be worth your while to go even this far to mine out steel. And looking around, there is plenty of steel to get. Well, iron at least. But how could it ever be worth your while to have people walk over here and then probably die walking back? I can't understand why they made the map so big. Perhaps they had bigger ambitions that were meant to fill up this map. Also, I'm lost again. There we go. Establish a mining colony? I don't think it works that way. And somebody else was saying that the population caps at 200. I think there's a megalith to the west of Stonehenge, much closer than the other ones. The west, eh? That's the east. Let's look west. You probably mean this one. Makes sense to me. It's not that bad, Jake. Horse carts are amazing. Donkey carts, I think you mean. I think I sold off some of my stones recently. That was a mistake. Alright, you got that granary yet? People love tearing things down, but not building them back up. Even at 39%. People are not getting on with all these jobs. They're so lazy. Okay, now maybe it's a lack of stone. Oh god, the idea that it would be a lack of straw is a bit terrifying. Why am I low on straw of all things? Probably my massive amount of cattle that, in retrospect, I don't actually need. So let's slaughter the cattle, bring it down to 15. The sheep are fine, I like having all that wool. Good for selling, good for warm clothes. Can the villagers not take packed rations? Not really. You have to discover the concept of taking food with you first. I don't think that's a thing in the game. Like, we got these people walking around here, and all they have is their knife, their spear, and their clothes. Different people carry different things. The children can only carry one thing plus their own clothes. Like, you got a steel sickle and a fishing rod. Why you carry a fishing rod when I tell nobody to fish is a mystery. This is cool. I like the proliferation of forestry. I like deforestation, but I also like forests growing. Banished had some issues with that. There were problems with making it look real, Did it? Maybe I'm misremembering. Maybe I am misremembering. I was really happy with Banished Forests, but I can't help but feel there was some niggles I had with it. Still though, the villagers here, they act a lot better than early Banished villagers did with their marches of death. Alright, we've got the first stone stable erected. It kind of lacks soul compared to the other one. But it does have 50% more capacity for everything. And 50-ish... yeah, 50% extra condition. Is it? No, it's not, but close enough. 1/3 extra. Well, this is where the patrician animals can stay. McCain says, I still play Banish regularly. I am amazed you can play it regularly. It's a game where it's very easy to see and do everything in it. Horses. Finally an opportunity to have a self-sufficient band of horses. Who would have thought my incestuous pair have not been getting it on enough? Raiders. Oh, there are a few of them, sire. What are they armed with? I saw some steel. No, I saw iron. That's a steel one. Well, this is our source of steel goods. Fortunately, they're attacking somewhere that is much better prepared for this. I actually have towers, stone walls, and I'm just generally going to mess these guys up. Is the plan, at least, if people could kindly get inside the watchtowers. That was amusing to me. Hey, I got a lot more dogs these days. Did they just run straight in? Wow, they took out quite a bit of our population. Not to mention this stuff. But that's okay. Population is free, tools are not. So really I just exchanged some people for some steel tools. That's what happens when you leave the door open. Yeah, I wanted them to come in here and get mobbed by our people, but guess that's not how it turned out. Oh well, no biggie. Easy enough to replace the wall, and easy enough to replace the towers. Maybe I should have sounded the alert earlier. but I didn't. Alright, it was very kind of them to attack in summer though, because it wasn't harvesting season. Alright, the oven. How does the oven work? It's the final production thing that we have. And we actually have a fair bit of stones here. Uses mud. We actually have tons of mud, which is nice. There we go. Give you a couple of these. It's probably just a far faster hearth rather. There you go. We'll have 5 of them, probably a bonus for building 5. And the trader is here. What you got for me? The final tech, you say, at average commission, no less. Hope you like wool and... steel swords. And bronze. Useless bronze things. I like the sickles though, let's not throw those away so fast. Tons of cured meat, have some of that. There we go, that is every technology, in massive quotes, researched. Our super reinforced gates and guard towers. Well, given how these got smashed, let's forget about the watchtowers. And try out some guard towers. Oh, it needs iron, I see. Well, I could imagine having this. Hey Jake, don't you think we should sacrifice a few colonists to ensure a better harvest? Something the game is kind of lacking is sacrifices. Alright, where's our ovens? That's what I want to see. Probably going to be faster to watch these other ones get built in the better village. Yeah, people are busy with the harvest, of course. Maybe upgrade the one house on the hill in your crummy village. Which is the highest house? I think it's you. Or are you... no, you're the highest. Alright. Or we have it away from all the crumbly ones. There we go. Right in the center. Right next to the freaking banner. That'll be where the chief of that village goes. The supposedly better granary is here. And again, I think I prefer the look of the older granary. Still, it holds 50% extra food, and it lasts 3 times longer instead of 2.5 times longer. Impressive stuff. But largely speaking, that only means it lasts twice as long as it does in the very first houses that you build in the game. So let's not get too enamored with it. Milestone unlocked, Secret of Steel. Not much of a secret, we've figured it out. Oh no, it's being hidden by this. Alright, in your own time, folks, I want to see this oven. Keen for some good bread. I had some good cheese last night, but it's been a while since I've had something I could call good bread. Running a bit of a risk of not making this harvest here. Nah, it's coming together. Probably because I told people to build things and they seem to like building often quite a bit more than just doing this. Oh god, I saw that. Who is hauling a megalith right now? Ah, someday you'll roll it over here. No good bread where you live, Jake. Sweden doesn't even understand the concept of good bread. Alright, good, we made the harvest. Plenty of hay piled up there, as it should be. Alright, I just need to build that oven and I can see what it's made of. Someone buy Jake a bread making machine. I can't help but feel I would get some good use out of a bread making machine. Then I could make my own. I mean, you can make your own bread anyway, but I hate turning on a giant oven to do very little. Speaking of giant oven, is there a next house upgrade? No, there is not. This is as good as it gets, the round house. I mean, what would they have beyond that? Has everything that they could want. A good functional roof, stone walls, the ability to heat and cook and house 5 people. Okay, so so it doubles the production speed of bread here. That could be handy. And it appears that it can hold twice as much there. It doesn't have a door? Who needs a door? Jinx, man, procreation can't be the best thing around here. Alright, I'm not willing to wait out the long haul of the megaliths for the cairn. I'm willing to wrap it up there. We managed to grab all of the technologies along the way. We built a village that I think looks pretty cozy. And a secondary village that, let's just say on purpose, looks pretty crummy. The best achievement of all, of course, is building Stonehenge atop here, looking down on everything. And I gotta say, as comfy, nuanced city builders go, this is pretty much what I'm looking for. It plays out quite differently to Banished. Definitely looks similar, but I think the whole playing experience is quite a bit different. And they're both good games. I'd say they both scratch different itches, and I'd still say that with this one, you trade the polish and comfort in Banished for some more depth to the mechanics. I've said that several times because it seems about right, and that's how I've been feeling the whole way. So I'm pretty glad I gave this one a go. If I do come back to it and play it in harder modes, I think that'll be a while away, because I feel like I've scratched this itch for a bit. But let's stick a fork in that. We're saving you. This is molten complete. Now you can go on to do the challenges. I could, but I don't think I will. What I will be doing is running my usual weekly one-shot tomorrow, and when we're back next week, we're going to have Rants 6, which was the next voted long play, and we're going to start the Montenegro campaign in Europa Universalis 4 to recreate the Soviet bloc on very hard mode. It's probably going to be very hard. But that's a problem for future Jake. Present Jake's concerns are dead and buried. So cheers for joining for this. This was Dawn of Man. It was a blind run, and a blind run that I really rather enjoyed. And until our next streams, it's a cheers and cheerio.